you're watching Amitha Verma. I wanted to share a project with you that absolutely changed my life. And you know, if you follow me, I love design. I'm obsessed with design. I'm always in a project. But there was something else that was really bothering me a lot in my home. And I had reached the point where I just could not take it anymore. And so I want to share this project with you today so you can take on this project and hopefully change your life like I did mine and my family's. Now, I'm in my kitchen and you can probably see right behind me, my pantry doors are always open. But a few months ago, it was a huge pet peeve of mine. Now, I want you to look at these before pictures and you'll see exactly what I was dealing with. Our pantry was a huge, huge mess. And as soon as you'd walk into my kitchen, you would look right into that mess and that's all you could see. I had screenshotted all of these beautiful Instagram kitchens and I thought, if I could even get halfway there, I would be so happy. And so that's exactly what I did. And today I want to share with you the step-by-step process of how I did this, what I used, where I started, exactly where I wanted to give up, and in the end, the after. I hope you enjoy this and watch step by step as we go along. The first thing I did, which you are not gonna wanna do, but you have to do, is pull every single thing out of your pantry. Absolutely every single thing in there, take it out. You can't just move a few things around and achieve the same result. And I know nobody wants to do this, but you've got to do it. So I was working here on my counter and all I did was lay a drop cloth all over the entire counter so it didn't make a huge mess, and one by one started pulling every single thing out. Your first instinct is going to want to be to run out to the Container Store and buy all of these beautiful bins and baskets and outfit your pantry, but do not do that just yet. Next thing I want you to do is check the expiration dates on your pantry items. I know it's counterintuitive, you probably think nothing's spoiled or rotten, but surprisingly we had a lot of food that was expired, and I'd hate for you or even myself to go back and reorganize your pantry with spoiled food. So while everything was on the counter, that's exactly what I did. We checked the expiration date on every single item to remove those items from going back in the pantry. Now the very next thing that you're gonna do is actually really fun. You're just gonna start creating little groups of like items. So here you can see I started putting all the pastas together, all the rice boxes together, all the nuts together, all the sauces together. You'll start to see certain categories appear as you start putting your food into groups. Once you've done this, you're really ready to start thinking about your bins, your baskets, and accessories that you're gonna need in your pantry. I don't wanna get too overwhelmed in my pantry, so I kept it pretty simple. There are about 4 different types of bins and baskets that I used in my pantry and organized all of the things I was working with. As I was selecting the different baskets and bins that I wanted to put into my pantry, I did take into consideration the colors that are in my pantry. Here you can see I've got a lot of grays and golds and a sort of a marbly tone countertop, and so that inspired the colors that I selected for those baskets and bins and pantry accessories. Now before, I did have some other cereal boxes, but they had a red lid on them, and for me it didn't go with my decor, so I gifted those to my mom. And again, I let the decor around me drive the color selection of all of the options that you're gonna find when you go look for containers to add into your pantry. So now that we're ready to start putting our food items back in the pantry, I'm gonna show you how to do this from easy all the way to the most difficult. So the first thing I want you to do, super easy, is get your cereal boxes. We're gonna open them up. And then we're going to move the contents from this box into my cereal bins. Super easy, do this with all of your cereal boxes, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. We're gonna do the exact same thing, but this time we're gonna do it with our grains. So that means your rices, your pastas, lentils, beans, any type of grain that can also fit into a similar type of container. Now you might have a little bit extra like I did. I tend to get one large, if not one large and another small container to hold on to the excess that I might have. But if I still have more, I will tend to either store it in my fridge or store it at the very top of my pantry, the area that I can't reach on a day-to-day basis. So that when this gets down, I can just hop up there, get the extra, and refill my container. Next, we're gonna move on to the groups that we created originally. These are the baskets and bins that I used on the shelves in my pantry. I just want you to measure the length and the width to figure out which size is gonna fit you best. And then you can see this one's labeled for nuts. We're just gonna start adding in all of these food products so it feels more harmonious and consistent in the space. So these little bottles can go here, and you can see we buy some things, my husband, my kids just put the leftovers in different containers. Here's something my mom-in-law just gave us. We know it goes in the nuts category, and there you go. So I wanted to show you how I'm gonna organize all these little snacks that my boys love in the pantry. I happen to have these drawers in my pantry, and when they were built out, they were completely open. And so what I did was install these dividers to create little partitions inside my drawer. I just measured them out based on the different types of snacks that they had. And then the very next step I did was to start loading it in. And voila, there you go. And you can see I've done the same thing with all of the different types of snack goods in this drawer. These are just little containers of popcorn that were pulled out of the box. We've got a couple of different brands here, but I set my dividers so they could all fit in here. Super easy for anyone to know where the popcorn is. And then more importantly, when we get popcorn from the grocery store, where to put it away. So what if you don't have drawers? I hear you loud and clear. If you don't have drawers, you can use this bin technique on a lower shelf so your kids can reach it, and arrange your chips exactly like you see here so it's just as neat and just as organized. If I didn't have those drawers below, I would use a bin just like this and align all the chips in a nice organized fashion with all of the like chips grouped together. I know what you're thinking. Amitha, what are you hiding? Where's your overflow stuff? Where are those big, huge bags of chips that seem to take over your whole pantry? I'm gonna show you exactly where. So here you can see where I tucked away some of the things that were either overflow or we don't use that often. I got a big bin that you can see down here. It says snacks, but this is really where we put all those big bags of potato chips, tortilla chips, and large containers that were taking up lots of space up here when I first started this project. You can see behind me, it's so peaceful. We can quickly see what we need to replace, what we've got plenty of, and has really helped us stay a lot more organized in our grocery shopping. Things like having double items has really been eliminated from our pantry and our grocery shopping. The great thing about this is everybody in my family knows exactly where things go, so shopping, putting things away are delightful. There's no more yelling and micromanaging and asking everybody how come they don't understand. It's super easy to figure out. It's labeled. And another great benefit of this is that when someone's not doing their part, it becomes very obvious. And you can see back here, husband is trying to sneak in a few of his snacks, even though he's got many delegated snacks area. And so we know exactly who's not following the program. But in all honesty, it's been a lot of fun and very easy maintained for my whole family and has allowed us to feel calm and happy and inspired by our kitchen. And I'm no longer upset when the pantry doors are left wide open as they often are all day, every day. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And what I would really love is if you've got a friend who would absolutely benefit from this video, do me a favor and share this with them so that they can have the same peace and happiness in their pantry. Till the next time we meet, keep making your home amazing with your design gifts.